everyone, welcome to ABDUL Sphere, Transforming Teaching. I'm NURUL, your host for today's episode. Now, if you are a teacher or aspiring to be one, you are in for a treat. Today's episode is Breaking Barriers, Real Challenges, Real Solutions. Here, we will tackle some real-life challenges in English teaching. But worry not, we've got help. Joining us are two incredible teachers sharing their experiences. And we've also brought in two brilliant minds to help solve their problems. So, are we excited? Let's dive in. First up, we have teacher LYANA Kim Park. She's a South Korean educator teaching English in Malaysia. Welcome, teacher LYANA. Annyeonghaseyo. Thank you for having me. Okay, next, let's welcome teacher AQILAH, a passionate newbie teacher dealing with the madness of managing a large class and some cheeky students. Hi, teacher AQILAH.
Hi, NURUL, and also everyone here. Thank you for having me.
Okay. And finally, to the rescue, we have two experts with us. Please welcome Prof. Hakim, Teacher Development Specialist. Hello, Prof. Hakim.
Hello, thank you NURUL for having me.
Okay, welcome. And last but not least, we are joined by Professor Fathinah, Classroom Management Consultant. Great to have you here, Professor Fathinah.
Hi, NURUL, and everyone. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Alright, let's kick things off with teacher LYANA Kim Park. So, teacher LYANA, you have been in Malaysia for quite a while. So, okay, can you share some of the challenges you have faced here?
No problem. Okay. So moving from South Korea to teach here is such an eye-opening experience for me, and I would say it's like a whole new world, a whole other. But let's be real, it's not without its struggles. So the first challenge that I faced during when teaching. When I started, I realized that how unprepared I was for the linguistic and cultural differences. And I find it hard to adapt with the surrounding and environment in Malaysia. And for instance, I'm not fluent in Malay, and somehow I couldn't understand the basic words uttered by the student. So, for example, the student would ask me, "Cikgu, bolehkah saya pergi ke tandas?" And then I would say, nasi lemak. And then, the language barrier like that is an issue for me. And on top of that, my English pronunciation isn't very clear. Because I once asked a student to write sheet on the whiteboard and like a sheet of paper, and then they were like, "Teacher, it's not good to curse." And I was like, what's that mean? And then I realized that it's not that sheet of paper, it's like the word something like that. And when I asked them, who ever go to the beach and what beach? And that beach, I was like that. So it's like the barrier between me and the students, that they don't understand me and somehow I don't understand them. So next, I feel kind of demotivated because especially when my students start to laugh and move my accent, like forget singing. For example, whenever I say really, like Choma, really, they were like, "Oh, really," something like that, and burst out laughing. Or when I ask them to take out their English book, they will like repeat it in high pitched voice and English is broken or something like that. And sometimes I accidentally say and I immediately change please and they were like please something like that. At first I tried to laugh along with them, but sometimes it gets me. And it's like they're having a comedy show and I'm the star without knowing the actual tricks. But instead of letting it bring me down, I try to lighten the mood in the classroom by like playing along with them, and I would say, yeah, we will really share to play or something like that. It's frustrating at first, but I try to understand that it's a learning curve for everyone, and I'm passionate about teaching. And sometimes I wonder, am I teaching them or are they teaching me patience? So the last challenge would be the issue of resources. Because back then, when I was in South Korea, I had access to the technology and materials related to our education system. But then, here is different. It's totally different, and I'm unfamiliar with the application used by them, with the games they play, and I'm like a chef without knowing what's there. And I once tried to use TikTok video to like because I thought it would be relatable to them. But then they more focused on the TikTok test move rather than the actual lesson people. So so far that's the challenges I face here teaching the students in Malaysia.
Thank you for sharing, Teacher Lena. I know that those really sounds like real hurdles, but I really admire your determination and courage to overcome them. I know that it's not easy for you to be open about your struggles here in Malaysia, and I can see how much you care about your students. So, alright, Prof. Hakim, over to you. How can teachers like Teacher LYANA Kimbap overcome these challenges?
Okay, thank you, Nurul. That's a very good question, Nurul and LYANA. However, LYANA, you are alone in this matter. Actually, this is very not common than you ever think. However, I will give you a few tips to resolve these issues. First of all, when you are still new in teaching, especially in a foreign country, you will probably have a very limited training. So, you will need to learn basic Malay phrases to improve your communication with the students. For example, basic Malay phrases that you can use will be like boleh saya bantu, in English it will be can I help you, and then bagus in English means good job. This will help you to communicate with your students and to check their progress. And then the second one, you can practice your English pronunciation by using online tools and apps. This application, there's a lot of application that you can use nowadays, and the simple one will be Duolingo. Duolingo is a very common app that people use to practice their English and other language. And then you can seek for a feedback from your colleagues to improve clarity for your speech. So when you ask for your colleague to give you feedback, you will get to know in which part you need to improve when you are talking with the students to make sure that the information sent are clear. Alright, let's move on to low motivation. In low motivation, this is a very serious issue for both teachers and students. However, the teacher can use alternative like the usage of visual aids like pictures and videos in their lessons. This will by using the video and pictures in their lesson, teachers will create a stronger relationship with the students and reduce their negative behavior. Let me ask you, what are the example of negative behavior? Alright, so let me answer it. Example of negative behavior will be like when the students playing with their friends or disturbing them or even making fun of you in the classroom. We don't want that, so we need them to focus by watching the videos and pictures. Alright, the last one will be lack of resources. When you are teaching in foreign country, you will probably lacking of resources. So, counter that, you need to ask for a local colleague for an advice on suitable materials. Okay? This is because the local colleagues will probably have a better approach and maybe it's lack of little bit of extra experience they can share with you. So we want that input for you to implement it in your lesson. And then you can also use online resources like teaching forums and educational websites. This is a very important element to make sure your lesson interesting and the students will have more engagement. Example of online educational websites will be like Kumo Space, Play, or even Kahoot. I guess that's all for me.
Okay, solid advice. So now, how do you feel about that teacher role?
I think that's the most important. I would definitely use it for the rest.
Great. Now let's move on to teacher AQILAH.
Yes.
I hear that you have been facing some interesting challenges with your students. So please tell us about it.
Okay, NURUL, interesting is putting it lightly for me. As for me, teaching is a rewarding job, but sometimes it can be incredibly challenging. A little bit about my school's background. I have been transferred to a school which is the average students per classroom is 50 students. So can you imagine how chaotic it is for me to handle all the students when I'm just a newbie teacher? So with so many students per classroom, I tend to naturally gravitate my attention to those who stand out the most in my classroom, especially those who listen, ask, and answer my questions. And I've had a case where a student came and complained to me that they felt left out and demotivated due to my way of teaching. And I felt disappointed because I felt like I had failed as a teacher. Another issue that I've been experiencing at school is the student behavioral problems. I mean, I'm a student too. I used to be a student too. And all I can say is that our generations are far more respectful compared to today's generation in terms of respecting their teachers. I've had a student who called me a bitch for scolding her for not completing her homework, in which it was entirely her fault. But it makes me disappointed because I want the best for them, but they looked at me as if I'm a villain. And the worst case I've ever experienced at school was when this group of boys decided to flatten my class tires because I decided to report them to the principal because they were caught for bringing electronic cigarettes to school, caught and vape. So, I became super scared to take further action because I believe that if they can flatten my car tires just because I threatened to report them to the school principal, then I am 100% sure that they can do even worse if I actually take further action on them. So that is why I'm here today to listen to Professor UZMA's opinion on how do I want to solve my problems.
Wow, flatten tires.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so next level of naughty. Yes, teacher AQILAH's situation sounds so challenging. I mean, like, the tires, can you imagine? That's so beyond stressful. How can she possibly manage all this chaos and turn things around? So, Professor Fatinah, over to you. Please help her because I obviously cannot.
Oh wow, teacher AQILAH. Flatten tires? That's the next level of dangerous. So, but don't worry, we're going to tackle this problem and
get back to you to be an awesome teacher that you already are. Okay, for the first step is taming the chaos of 50 students. Handling 50 students at once is like trying to herd cats, but let's make it work. For the first tips, I suggest you to break your class into smaller groups, like teams. Each team has a leader who reports back at you for everything. You can think of them as your mini assistants so that they can help to keep their teammates track while you are doing the bigger picture. Okay, for the second one is don't let the loud kids hog the mic. So you can create a system like you can put the student names in a jar or use randomizer website. So this way, this will keep the classroom entertaining because they keep on guessing who's gonna be the chosen one. Alright. For the last one is you can use technology like quizzes, Kahoot in your lesson. So tools like this can make the classroom more lively. Okay. For the next tip, which is dealing with the drama kings and queens, behavioral issues. Yeah, they're like the spice of teaching. But here's how to flip the script. For the first one, you have to get to know your students better. Even the rebellious one, the naughty one, you have to get to know them. You have to know what they like maybe gaming, maybe TikTok. So a little connection like this will help you to turn a villain into an ally. Alright, for the next one, you can create rules in your classroom, but let's make it democratic. Instead of you throwing the rules to them and want them to follow your rules, you can initiate and create the rules together with them. Alright. So this way they will feel valued and heard, and maybe the no phone that in the rules will become their rules afterwards. Alright. And lastly, if you ever catch them doing a good thing or maybe a simple good tips, you can hype them. Just hype them, give them praise, reward them. The kids will love it. Alright, as for the incident, the flatted tires, I'm so sorry for you. That's very dangerous. Make sure you document everything. What happened, who involved, when, and just in case you need it later. So don't hesitate to involve principals or even school counselor, because you shouldn't deal with this problem alone. They can help you to support and give you protection. So just approach them calmly and quietly to avoid escalating further problems. And lastly, don't forget to take care of yourself, Teacher AQILAH. Teaching is tough, I know, but you need to recharge, set boundaries. Once school's out, take time to rest and do the things that you love. Maybe crocheting, maybe sleeping, I don't know, but just do what you love. And if you can, please attend workshops because it can help you to boost your confidence. Alright, so Teacher Aqilah, you are not failing. You are learning. Every challenge is making you to be a stronger, a better teacher. So keep going and remember that you already making a difference. You got this.
Brilliant, Professor Fatina. Okay, how about you, Teacher Aqilah? Are you getting the vibe? Are you feeling confident now?
Yes, definitely. Thanks to Professor Fatina. I think I can't wait to start implementing the tips from Professor Fatina with my students soon.
Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. A massive thank you to our amazing teachers, Teacher LYANA and Teacher Aqilah, for being so open and sharing their heartfelt experiences. Your stories are a reminder of real challenges teachers face every single day. And to our experts, Professor Hakim and Professor Fatina, thank you for your insightful and actionable advice. It's been an absolute privilege to have your expertise on the show. Together, you have shown us that even the strongest, the toughest barriers can be broken with the right mindset and tools. And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to EduSphere, Transforming Teaching. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. So, until next time, stay inspired and keep learning. Bye-bye.
Funny.